Traps.
Hello, everyone. My name is TrupsLP, and I will be owning and operating this stream today. We have, obviously, Mr. Omegon here, but he is a bit sick this evening, and we can't have that.
I'm going to try and chip in when I can.
Yeah.
A little.
I do see there's a bit of an issue on my end here.
Oh.
Yes. So why don't... Oh, I know why. There we go.
What was the issue?
The issue was that I had my stream open, sure, but oh, I could hear me.
Love the avatar, thank you. Haven't used it in a while.
Indeed.
I'm not going to be away for those who are listening. I'm just not 100%, but there are plenty of things to talk about.
Oh yes, of course. You know what's really funny is that using the browser option in Streamlabs actually shows that we do in fact have ads on our streams.
We do.
Yeah.
Huh. That's news to me. Since virtually all the streams we do together get demonetized.
It is kind of something like that, isn't it?
Sod's Law, I guess. Or as you call it, Murphy's Law.
Yeah, well, you called it something different?
We call it Sod's Law.
Huh.
Yeah. We're special like that. So how is Trups?
Trups is doing alright. I'm, just going through my day at the moment.
Caitlin, I got the blanket from Think Geek. I actually own it. I do in fact sleep in it. It's on my bed right now. Cost about $60 though.
Oh, really?
It was a Streamlabs goal. All the late night trucking. No, it wasn't trucking. Just a horrible migraine today. So I should be okay. While Traps is distracted, what I'm going to do...
Please go ahead and do your thing.
It's fine. I'm going to start playing a video. Because I do want to talk about Brexit for a bit. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm sure that the whole House will join me in condemning Saturday's car bomb attack in Londonderry and paying tribute to the bravery of the Northern Ireland Police and the local community who helped to ensure that everyone got... Having established the confidence of Parliament in this government...
Wait, is this the wrong video? No, this isn't the wrong video. Don't lie to me. It is. Oh, you are such a twat. Right. It's fine. Let's just go for this one. Because there was a part of her statement. Oh, there she is. Right. Yeah, no, you're not having it.
With permission, Mr. Speaker, I would like to make a statement on yesterday's European Council. But before I do, I am sure that the whole House will welcome the news this morning that the Metropolitan Police have arrested Julian Assange.
Oh. I will openly admit, this actually pissed me off. It seemed coincidental that Assange was arrested at the same time this was going, around the same time. It felt like a distraction. It felt like it would take off some of the edge of Brexit. People wouldn't notice because they're watching what looks like a cartoon villain be carried out of an embassy because he wouldn't walk out. And I think the original charges were sex assault related, but they were dropped. So the only thing they had on him were charges in other countries that didn't have any jurisdiction on him, and him not turning up to a court. But he couldn't turn up to that court because he was still under investigation for sex offences. So I just... you really don't want to be taking sides in this. I was talking to others, where what was it? About Julian Assange's career. Parliament makes it a point to want the journalists to be free and open. Julian Assange took it a step further, but apparently he's the bad guy. But that information would have been easily obtained by anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very much well-celebrated journalist. And he leaked a lot of really shitty things. But he leaked it because, well, he didn't do it for money, did he?
Well, no, of course not.
So I don't understand why the MPs have taken such a big stance on this.
I think it's because Ecuador ended up giving him away to you guys, because isn't he a British citizen?
I don't know. I thought he qualified as Australian or Swedish.
Oh, that's right, he is Australian.
I mean, by extension of them being convicts, he's perhaps British. But I always thought, I don't know, I don't agree with the arrest. I don't like the fact that for several years he's had to hide there. If he goes to prison for 5 years in the US, that makes him a martyr for free. I don't know what it would be actually, because it's WikiLeaks, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
I don't quite know where it fits within that. I don't know if it's journalism or not, because some have pointed out he didn't leak much on Trump. I thought, well, do you suppose he actually had anything on Trump? Since, when he was active, Trump wasn't.
I would have to say no, because he's been doing this since, the Iraq War.
Yeah.
He exposed war crimes.
I don't agree with the arrest. I really don't.
Well, at the very minimum.
I think if they've got him on him not turning up to a court date, yeah, they've got something there. But if they're going to now hand him over to you, I disagree with that.
See, that's my thought too, because I find the actual actions that they are ascribing to a little convenient for them, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right, because they have him on what is it? It's bail charges, and then the U.S. wants to charge him on attempted computer hacking.
Let's have a look, because I forgot to look it up. Faces 12 months in UK jail. That's what I know. US charged him with hacking 50,000 classified documents. He faces a year in jail for skipping bail. That's it. Julian will get a year in a UK jail and then probably be sent to the US. I don't think that is what they should do at all. I think the bail thing, there's an argument for that, perhaps. Hell, he'll get a shower at least.
Yeah, he needs it. You see what he looked like when they carted him out.
But I do agree, the chat pointed out, I saw the tweet as well, Corbyn basically condemning it, in the sense that the government should not extradite Assange for exposing the evidence of atrocities in Iraq and Afghanistan. He did that. And so I don't think he should be sent for that, if that is what the US want him for. Because I think it exposed. I don't know. It's quite tricky, because it did break the rules, but they broke the rules as well.
But the United States has rules for whistleblowers.
Yeah. Like Edward Snowden?
Yeah. Like, technically, very technically, right? We're supposed to be kind to whistleblowers
Right.
because it kind of goes along with the whole we believe in a greater good kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it doesn't. This was my stance on the whole Assange thing, and I have been curious as to see how it's going to go. If Trump, who has previously stated that he supports WikiLeaks, of course, it was partisan at the time, and he totally benefited from it.
Yeah.
If he is able to, not pardon per se, but if he is able to adjust the situation to be a little bit kinder to Assange, I wouldn't be opposed, because if he goes after him just like everyone else has, then he's no better.
I still find it fascinating that he's facing a year in prison for skipping bail because he avoided being extradited to Sweden for those rape and sexual assault charges, the same charges that were dropped. So surely, when the judge slapped him and found him guilty, claiming he's a massive narcissist, it should never have gone there anyway, because the original charges are dead. Therefore, him skipping bail means jack shit. This isn't the A-team here. It's not a case that you did something bad so you should still be punished. The original charge doesn't stick anymore. And it's not even in the UK, so what the fuck are they doing? I'm really confused.
Well, I mean, yes, me too. But I'm trying to understand what they want from him. Like, what are they going to prove by basically exploiting a man who has definitely gone insane after 7 years in a fucking embassy? I mean, did you hear why the Ecuadorian embassy revoked it?
Wasn't it because he basically just lived in a room?
Well, yeah, he was just living in a room. Hold on one second. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, he was just living in a room, but he was also like.
Thank you, Teddy. Picture looked like Gandalf was being. Yes, it did look like Gandalf.
Gandalf?
Yeah, picture of Assange looked like Gandalf being arrested.
You know, somebody said Ben Kingsley from Iron Man 3.
I thought it was Ben Kingsley from fucking Thunderbirds. The Hood. Okay, so for those who don't know, like one of the major reasons US prosecutors are after him, it's because of the 2010 whistleblower crap with Chelsea Manning. To try and break the password of a classified government computer.
Yeah,
the claim is that he participated in hacking in real time, encouraged it, and led to one of the largest leaks in US history. Do they actually have any proof he did anything, though?
I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to know more about that.
So the first link that I had sent you in the sources was actually
a
PDF of the indictment from the DOJ.
Yeah, hang on, I'll pull it up. Give me a sec. Here we go. Yeah, it's up.
So Chelsea Manning held the top secret security clearance and signed a classified information non-disclosure. That's kind of standard.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see, negligent handling classified information. At 2, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Yes, we all know what that means. Scroll down.
Right.
Assange was the founder and leader of the WikiLeaks website.
Yeah, number 4.
Yeah. But that's guilt by association. And WikiLeaks worked with law enforcement and redacted certain information.
Actually, yeah, I did know that. I don't. Isn't Manning back in jail? That's a question from the chat from Good Dive.
Yep, that's a question for chat. Not sure.
I don't know either. I thought Manning was actually. Between in or around 2010 January, May, Manning downloaded 4 nearly complete databases from departments. These databases contain 90,000 Afghanistan war-related significant activity reports, 400,000 Iraq war-related significant activities reports. So that include playing in sandpits and no dancing for the puppet master. 800 Guantanamo Bay detainee assessment briefs, and that's a lot of information here. Basically, it looks like you've just leaked the personal profiles of everyone in those places' Facebook accounts. Or Instagrams if they're really, really vain.
Yeah, I think war-related significant activity reports, I'd want to know when, well, obviously between January 10th and May 2010.
I do wonder with those, if those are the ones that were so damning about some of the actions that were taken by the military.
I think it was. I think that was the entire point of why many people found his whistleblowing to be posing a imminent danger to the operations of the United States and the UK and several other countries.
On or about March 8th, 2010, Assange agreed to assist Manning in cracking a password stored on the US Department of Defense computers connected to the secret Internet Protocol network. The password was 1234#.
You know that you know that the most common password is still password, right?
I didn't know that. No.
Password is still, according to cybersecurity trainings that I've still heard.
Fuck off.
Yeah, it's still fucking. That's still it.
Wow. Just wow. I don't understand
right?
that. Why? No.
Isn't it the most disappointing thing ever?
Cracking the password would allow Manning to log onto computers under a username that did not belong to her. Well, Manning has been punished for what Manning did, hasn't she? As far as I'm aware, Manning was punished. I think the only person that's managed to
prison, right? So.
Well, yeah, I think the only person that managed to escape any kind of punishment for what they did was Edward Snowden. And that's a debated subject, whether or not he belongs in prison or not. It's a very.
That's a weird one, huh?
Yeah. I don't know enough about what Snowden did, but I know enough people who sit on both sides. Password for what computer at my work is PA55 word.
Please don't tell me that.
That's yeah. Actually, there's a point. When I used to work for a company fixing phones, the password to log into my computer was password1. Because we didn't get to it, and then we had to change it every 4 weeks with a new number.
Ready? This is another good one. Whatever, like, month it is, like, that year. So right now it's like what, April? So April 2019.
Yeah.
That is also a common password. Because obviously it will follow through with the you need to have numbers or whatever, but it doesn't necessarily actually fix the problem, because that's pretty much if password doesn't work or admin doesn't work, we're gonna try that one next.
This is amazing. Oh yeah, you've got the assessments that was taken on the 7th. Value of detainee assessment briefs. Entering the password cracking agreement. This is quite... Oh dear, this is quite damning. Does it mean, though, he himself has done something? I don't know. Okay, so he has. That's obvious.
Right, like he did something.
But I'm not... I don't know.
What that something is very...
It really isn't.
Well,
it feels murky. Feels murky to me, and I don't know why.
Probably because he's a whistleblower and the information that they're trying to...
Well, he's a journalist.
Well, yeah.
Whistleblower journalists are the same thing, aren't they?
More or less.
Yeah.
Might as well be, yeah.
Yeah. Where's my sarcasm sign?
Do you just have that ready?
Yes.
That's one of your assets.
Actually, I should be able to put it up on the screen. Give me a sec.
Oops. On my side, I accidentally just flipped you upside down.
That's okay. I don't mind. Excuse me. This chat now contravenes the Official Secrets Act. Yep. What's that?
I'm sorry. I don't know. It sounds like utter bullshit.
Is this like a pinky swear?
It sounds like it.
Oh, this is
probably
I
not.
have to admit, this is actually amazing to read. I speed read it at this. I couldn't read it today because my head was spinning, but yeah, this is interesting. I still don't think he should be extradited, and I don't want to spend too long me repeating that over and over again.
Right.
I don't think he should be spending a year in prison in the UK for not for skipping bail for charges that would have had him extradited to another country. Because, and he's right to have said it, he would not have gotten a fair trial in Sweden, and they dropped the charges, and he would not get a fair trial in the UK. We have seen that with previous trials. Cough, cough. Tommy Robinson. Cough, cough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, as if the UK is really anything better.
Yeah.
But Ecuador did say that they would only release God, what the hell is his name? Assange, under the pretenses that he would not be extradited to any country where he would face torture or the death penalty.
Well, he doesn't in the US, does he? 5 years at most.
Originally, when they tried to try him several years ago for treason without thinking, hold on a second, he's not a US citizen, he can't commit
Yeah, you
treason.
can't do it to an Australian.
Right.
And to Teddy in the chat, do you think Trump should pardon him? I don't know. I think if he did, he'd lose a lot of support.
But at the same time, I don't think he would lose that much support. Because, well, okay. So here's my thinking on that. Because he would lose more support. Let's put it this way: he would lose more support, chasing after him like any corporate fucking politician.
Oh my god!
Than if he.
You got a point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a point. If Trump pardoned him, that is the biggest middle finger to Theresa May, who celebrated his arrest. That would be funnier and worth it at that point. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna look real quick to see if there's any updates to this story, and see if anything Trump or Assange.
Okay.
Well, Trump claims to say that he knows nothing about WikiLeaks right now.
That's probably the best thing for him, really, because if he gets involved, then he's going to be dragged into it, and then it's going to get really fucking irritating.
He said, "I know nothing."
I can see the autistic screeching on Twitter already. Sorry, please continue.
Well, okay, so according to what is this? The Guardian. It says, "I know nothing about WikiLeaks," adding, "It's not my thing." Though in the final month of the 2016 election, Trump mentioned WikiLeaks 164 times.
Okay.
So, I mean, everyone knows that's a blatant lie, but I don't think many people are going to care. So, yeah, that's my thought on that one.
Should we move on to something else?
Yes, of course.
Do you want to talk
do
about?
you want to?
Okay, do you want to talk about one of your topics or one of mine?
Let's talk about Brexit. I've been interested.
Okay,
Weird
fine.
for me to say I'm interested in Brexit. So.
All right. So, back in March PMQs, I put it on the thumbnail because it was appropriate. Theresa May said there would be no long-term extension to Article 50, Article 30. What is it again?
Article 50.
Oh, what is the whatever? No extent. There'll be no long-term extension.
Yeah, isn't that Article 50?
It probably is. I had a brain fart.
Yeah, it's okay.
And today she stood up in Parliament and she's got a long extension, but there are conditions, and I'll get to those in a minute. But the biggest pain in the backside to all of it is that she's lied. She's given ground. Gibraltar's now calling for a referendum of independence because even they're getting sick of this shit. Gibraltar, a crown dependency that's been with us for over 300 years, is now thinking about leaving us because they're sick of this shit. The date extends to June, although it can go to Halloween. And the reason why is that... Oh, excuse me.
You're excused.
My apologies. The extension will only go to Halloween if an agreement in Parliament is reached on the withdrawal agreement. If by June 22nd they can agree a deal, the extension will go until Halloween, because then they have the time to ratify and implement all the legal documentation that needs to be done. If they don't agree a deal by June 22nd, we leave. That's it. Although chances are, based on the fact that they buckled again, I'm starting to see the EU as less imposing as they think they are. Because they've buckled now every time for extensions. I'm starting to see them not as formidable, but as feckless. It's just cringe. Many have already called for Theresa May to resign now because this is just embarrassing. Some of the language used during PMQs last night and during her statement and questions implied to me that she was starting an early election campaign where she was saying, if you want this, vote Conservative. That feels very campaign related, which I don't support. If she wants to resign, supported. Go away. Your career's fucked regardless. But I don't think that that a general election right now would be a good idea, because Corbyn will win. I don't see the Conservatives winning this, and that's sad. And I don't mean in the sense that I'm a Tory. No, I'm not. I mean in the sense that they're not Corbyn. It's quite frustrating. There are some EU politicians that have said to the British MPs not to waste this. And that's fine. Donald Tusk is right to say that, President of the European Council. But we now have to get MEPs sorted for the next European Parliament. But we're leaving, so why do that? We shouldn't be. It's an obligation to be we're a part of it, and we should do it, but at the same time we really shouldn't. We shouldn't be a part of those politics anymore. It's silly. It really is. Who wants to print 50,000 copies of the Declaration of Independence and send them to Parliament? I don't have a printer. I'll make that a new Streamlabs goal, perhaps. There were some running gags with all of this because Theresa May, she went to She went to Berlin to meet with Angela Merkel, who usually greets people. Yeah, she didn't greet May, and the pictures that were circulating were predominantly of Theresa May wringing her hands and looking like she's begging, but Merkel on a balcony, which makes her look really weak. I mean, I don't know. It's sad that it's gotten to the point where she could not have done. She got what she wanted. She got the extension, but she had to beg for that extension. Because like France didn't want a long-term extension. France don't want that because they want to move on with European politics. That's understandable. If you want Europe to become this thing, then yeah, you want Brexit over and done with. However, if you really wanted it over and done with, perhaps not agreeing an extension at all would have been more beneficial, because then we'd crash out, and you could get on with your whole European project.
But like, I'm so pissed at your politicians, because the rule is that the referendum happened. You should leave. Done. End of story. I'm so sick of hearing about it.
Yep.
And she went back to potentially extend to, well, we know it was extended to June, and it can be extended till Halloween. Now, where the fuck did that come in?
I have no idea. The silly thing is, and this is actually another condition, is that the if the withdrawal agreement is not ratified by the 22nd of May, we do have to hold the elections for European Parliament. If the UK does not live up to the obligation of that, the withdrawal then takes place on the 1st of June. We have to do it. We have to take part in European elections regardless, or we leave on the 1st of June instead. It's just so... Some Brexiteers did in fact beg Emmanuel Macron and Angela Merkel to simply put us out of our misery by blocking the Article 50 extension. I tend to... I still support no deal, so I think this is getting... It's delaying Brexit over and over again. And that's the one thing it does, is tell people that we're not leaving. Especially if we end up signing up to a customs union, which will be the one thing that keeps us, gets it through Parliament, but then means we cannot trade abroad. I cannot agree with this. This is just stupid now.
But like, what really can you do about it? Because it wasn't like your vote really mattered to them.
No, it didn't. It doesn't matter at all.
So it's not like you can necessarily say, okay, well, I mean, have a second, have a third, have a fourth meaningful vote. It's not meaningful anymore. That name is defunct. And not to mention that apparently now this means that you get to go through the next European Union election, from what I understand.
Yeah. I really don't want us to
voting for Count Dankula.
Dankula's name was in the chat a second ago. I saw it.
You said Dankula's name was in the chat?
I think it was. I'll scroll up. Maybe it wasn't. I could have sworn I saw Dankula's name.
No, he's not in participants.
No, not him. I mean, someone wrote it.
Oh.
Maybe not. Maybe I misread the chat. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, Fury Kitten. All we need to do is kill all MEPs. Sorry, Dankula.
Yeah.
That's a bit violent, and I don't condone violence, and neither does Omegon.
I've got this short clip from Donald Tusk. I figured I'd play it. Because it's what he said after the European Council agreed to extend Article 50.
Mr. President, dear friends, tonight the European Council decided to grant the United Kingdom a flexible extension of the Article 50 period until the 31st of October. This means an additional 6 months for the UK. During this time, the course of action will be entirely in the UK's hands. It can still ratify the withdrawal agreement, in which case the extension will be terminated. It can also reconsider the whole Brexit strategy. That might lead to changes in the political declaration, but not in the withdrawal agreement. Until the end of this period, the UK will also have the possibility to revoke Article 50 and cancel Brexit altogether.
Oh dear.
The UK will continue its sincere cooperation as a full member state with all its rights and as a close friend and trusted ally in the future. Let me finish with a message to our British friends. This extension is as flexible as I expected and a little bit shorter than I expected, but it's still enough to find the best possible solution. Please do not waste this time.
Yeah. I don't like the fact
Let's
that
met
he...
with Donald
oh,
Tusk,
crap.
the President of the European Council.
I don't like that he mentioned revoking Article 50. That bugs me. I don't mind the extension if the intention is to actually get something done, but he did point out it's only the political declaration that can be changed, not the withdrawal agreement. So I don't think that means the deal can be changed.
No, it can't. In fact, you're withdrawing. That's the end of it, is basically how he admitted it. If the withdrawal agreement cannot be adjusted, y'all are leaving.
Yeah. I hope it ends soon, because this is getting tiring.
Yeah.
Should we move on to something else?
Yeah, before we do that, though, I figure I would shill the fact that I am currently also double streaming this on DLive.
Oh yeah, definitely do that. Link it. Yeah.
So,
Link it.
yeah,
if you want.
I just did.
You've done it, yeah.
So, just so everyone is aware, and so that I can actually, shill this properly. DLive was a recent streaming platform that, if you guys are followers of the Mr. Deep High, PewDiePie endorsed this streaming platform over Twitch and YouTube in a crazy, awesome FU to I guess big corporations in that aspect, and I've trolled around on it for about 2 or 3 days at this point, and the people on it are actually quite nice, which is a very unusual thing to see.
That does sound weird.
Most of the people I'm like looking at, like the top commenters or the top like streamers at this point in time, like one of the guys is literally just going around to small streamers and he's just raiding small streamers with donations. And I thought that was actually amazing.
That is pretty cool. Hopefully this platform grows.
PewDiePie was sponsored though, yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's not a valid point.
Yeah. As long as
Kind of like how Bearing is sponsored by NordVPN doesn't mean NordVPN's a bad thing.
they're not.
Hello, Furry Kitten. Hello, Digital Meal.
Oh, you're getting more people over there already. Fantastic.
Yeah,
The
with
more the
3
better.
viewers. Hell yeah.
To anyone, hello,
Well,
hello, Wrath of Controversy. I haven't spoken to you in ages. How you been, man?
The interesting thing about it is that, once the whole thing with streaming platforms is that the more people you have concurrently watching, the more likely you are to get picked up by other people and seen by other people. And yes, Furry Kitten, talking to yourself is a sign of great intelligence and supreme handsomeness. Thank you. I very much appreciate that.
Okay.
Yes. So, do we wish then to move on to? Oh man, what do we got?
Ilhan Omar, if you want.
Oh my God! Sure, let's do that. Pull up that article because I'm
Give me
about
a
to
second,
fucking
I'm just
lay
gonna
into
put-
this bitch.
You're late to this bitch, are you?
Oh
Alright,
my
fine.
God, I am so sick.
Let me just switch over
To
to
her
here
shit.
then. There you go. Ilhan Omar. So, do you want to tell us who she is?
So we've talked about her before. Ilhan Omar is a House representative from, I believe, the 8th District of Minnesota. And she is the first Somali American House of Representatives member.
She's the one that's not going to get a second term, right?
Oh, I doubt she will. I doubt she will. But what she ended up doing about 2 or 3 weeks ago, she decided that in her infinite wisdom, she would go to a CARE 4th annual dinner, ball, assembly, gathering.
Right.
And during her speech, when discussing 9/11, she commented that some people did something in regards to 19 hijackers killing over a little under 3,000 people. Which made Dan Crenshaw, the House Rep from Texas, who is most notably a former Navy SEAL who has lost an eye during a tour in Afghanistan, was floored by this. I mean, just disappointed. And the article that we have up right now, I believe it was the New York Times or the New York Post.
New York Post.
One of them, New York Post. They put up a "fuck you, Ilhan Omar" on their front page today. So why don't you scroll down and show them what that is? Cause, yikes!
Oh, wow. Wow. Here's your something. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The lack of chill.
Oh no, you don't chill on this though. Here's your something, because you said that some people did something, and the New York Post, if any, like, organization is going to feel for you, yeah, this one's it.
Wow. Just wow.
All right, we can get that off the screen, because that's just everywhere right now.
That's amazing.
It's fucking BS. And you know who fucking called it out first and foremost?
Crenshaw?
Not even Dan Crenshaw,
No?
but it was the Imam Tahidi.
Oh, Tahiti. Okay.
Yeah, I love him to death. He is the most savage motherfucker, and I love what his hot takes, if you will.
I'm not too familiar with him these days, but I have seen his criticisms of things like the halal sticker on chocolates and stuff. Those videos were kind of viral, weren't they? But I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
He does call out other Muslims as well when they say stupid shit. So I'm glad he did.
Right. Well, that's my biggest thing, is that you call out your own people, you call out other people, all of that is fair game. Because when you have a situation where the in-group is doing something atrocious or wrong,
Yeah.
it is that group's job to police themselves. Because that's your image, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, let's say, somebody at, the company I work for, let's say they did something atrocious. Well, it is up to the company then to handle that internally. Because it looks bad on the company if somebody representing us, did something wrong. And Wrath of Controversy, Crenshaw is the man. I probably respect him more than any other contemporary U.S. office holder. Amen to that, sir. I did a full-on video on this topic when I had first heard about it,
Oh,
and I posted it on Tuesday.
the Imam Tweedy tweet actually has a video in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. You want to hear it? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Let's
I wanna
do
hear
that.
it. Let's hear it.
CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties.
Right?
I don't. In that context, it's bad optics. But I hear it and I don't think she's trying to. I'm gonna try and play devil's advocate for a second. It sounded less like
Fair
she was
enough.
besmirching it, and more like she was trying to be a bit more casual with it. But at the same time, with some of the stupid shit she said, I don't think that's what she did. I think she meant to say it that way on purpose.
Well, that's the thing. I was curious about it, right? And I watched the full 30-minute speech.
Yeah.
No, in context, she totally meant exactly what she said.
Oh, right. Well, in that case, then I take back what I
Because,
just said.
yeah, no, that's fair. It's just what I found when I went through the full speech was that directly before this is basically saying about how Muslims are treated poorly by our institutions in the United States.
Well, of course.
Right, of course, right? And her encouragement in this part of the speech was that Muslims have tried so hard to be good neighbors. That after 9/11, she says CARE was founded. That's a lie. CARE was founded in 1994. And it performed advocacy for the Oklahoma City bombing as well, because similar things happened where Muslims were unfairly targeted. But what ended up happening was that, as you would expect, some people did something in the name of Islam, and our civil liberties were limited because people who look like you were being discriminated against. Which, I'm not going to lie, that's true. But I would have been able to be on her side if she acknowledged 9/11 in the same way that she acknowledged the New Zealand attack, which is to call it a horrific tragedy. She called the New Zealand attack, we are coming, literally what her comment was, we are coming off a horrific tragedy.
Right.
From our brothers and sisters in New Zealand. But 9/11 was some people did something. No,
Wrath
bitch, get the fuck out of here.
controversy in the
I'm
chat's
out of here.
right. There's something as
Huh?
too casual. A national disaster is not to casualize. She may as well have said it rained a lot about Hurricane Harvey. Yeah. I get it. There was the whole, so flippant.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor was a bad morning. Yeah, fucking no kidding.
Yeah, pretty much.
And to say that the worst attack on the United States in history, we're a very, very young country.
I know, it's adorable. You have
It's-
wood forts.
We have what?
You
We have wood what?
You have forts.
Oh, yes, I know. I believe the British set fire to our capital in the War of 1812.
And we have castles that are older than your country.
This is true. This is
One
very
of my town
true.
is older than your country.
But ready for this one?
Go for it.
We have freedom of speech.
Pow, 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 pow.
Oh man. No, but I do actually quite like Europe.
Well, someone has to.
Yeah, well I do like it. It's just it's inhabited by assholes.
Yeah.
that's why you and several others need to hightail it over here, because it's so much better here.
I love this in the tweets underneath. Someone wrote, CAIR, C-A-I-R, was founded in after 9/11 because some people did something. But they pointed out it was actually founded in 1994. A reply says you have to look at the entire quote to understand the context. CAIR was founded after 9/11 because they recognised that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties, but it wasn't founded after 9/11. It was founded before. So, even in the context of the entire tweet, it's still incorrect.
No, it's a blatant fucking lie.
Janice, you're a retard, my friend. I'm done with that.
Yeah, whoever Janice, mom of F3 in RB, get the fuck out of here. Runner, engineer, get better.
Yeah, it's a bit, yeah.
But I did a whole video on this, including my own BS emotional propaganda, which I'm both happy about and disappointed in myself about. That's on my channel. Most recent video. Go check it out.
Thank
if
you,
you're American,
Leslie White,
it
for
might
the
hurt.
donation. Uber me Trups. Free speech, ouch. Yes, thank you, Leslie.
Yeah, that was that was a bit.
I noticed here at the
spicy.
bottom of the article it says that Omar was on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and they did not address the comments at all.
Oh no, of course not. That would require. Remember how I said the in-group should police their own?
Yeah,
That would require the Democrats to police their own. They don't believe in that.
but that was obviously after she was the whole anti-Semitism thing. Isn't she quite anti-Semitic?
That is the accusation as well.
Has me wonder.
Well, you know what's interesting is before I even left work today, I saw that there was a conversation, or there was an article written about how AOC came to the defense of Ilhan Omar, of course, as you would expect. And what ended up happening there was that she said that, Dan Crenshaw, you haven't donated to the 9/11 Survivors Fund, and you dare criticize Ilhan Omar on her comments, something along those lines. And so I reposted that on my Facebook, where my actual name is and stuff, and I said, bad optics. It's hard to tell somebody that they shouldn't have the right to talk about the 9/11 terror attacks.
Yeah.
Just because they haven't given money. Some people give something else.
I just want to put this meme up on screen from Tawhidi's tweets at Twitter. So Obama imports 70,000 Somali immigrants and parks them in Minnesota, where almost all cluster in a single area, specifically the 5th Congressional District. That district recently was identified by the FBI as America's terrorist recruitment capital, and is represented by Ilhan Omar, who is calling for a dissolution of America's Homeland Security. Are you connecting the dots yet?
That makes a lot of sense, because there were individuals from the Muslim, or who went to go fight for ISIS, who came out of Minnesota.
Yeah.
And one of the first things that Ilhan Omar did when she got into a political office was try and get those sentences reduced. What's also interesting is that the CAIR group has actually been designated by the United Arab Emirates as a terrorist organization.
Really?
It has been, as well as the Muslim American Society, which is based in Massachusetts. Oh, and the leader of CAIR also went to the University of Minnesota. I started getting a little conspiracy theory on myself as I was looking up information on it on Tuesday. But yeah, I just sent you the tweet from AOC.
Oh wait, is this on in the sources?
Sources.
Right,
Yeah.
I'll pull it up now. Got it. Right.
Blame the Romans. No.
Screen share that. There you go, mate. Okay, it's up.
Yeah. So, oh god, I just closed it out. Come back. It says, you refuse to co-sponsor the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund, yet have the audacity to drum resentment towards Ilhan with completely out of context quotes. They were not out of context. They were exactly what they meant.
In fact, even in context, it's incredibly shitty and bad optics.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Big time.
have the best, what are they called? Spin doctors.
Yeah.
The best kind of, people, spin doctor, fuck it. To be able to make what she said, make her look good.
Yeah, unlikely, because that was bad.
And Prospero in my chat has a comment for you.
Oh, what's that? The 20th hijacker was from Minnesota. Okay, I've never heard of the 20th hijacker, but are you in Omegon's Discord? Because if you are, send me a link. Because I want information.
I think Prospero is. She is. Yeah, she's on my server. She's the patron, I think.
Yeah, send me that link. Feel free to DM it to me. Oh.
AOC has shown, again, not the smartest tool in the drawer.
Oh yeah, but you see the whataboutism that she turned around and used here. In 2018, right-wing extremists were behind almost all U.S. domestic terrorist killings. Why don't you go do something about that?
Well, you're not.
Well, don't you think he is?
Wait, you're not on the Discord? Oh dear God. Give me a sec.
Are you adding to the Discord?
You talk. I'll go get the link to the server.
So the reason why right-wing extremists were behind almost all U.S. domestic terrorist attacks is because the SPLC and the ADL have expanded what it means to be right-wing. In fact, the fact that most of us on YouTube get called right-wing is evidence of this fact. I'm actually a centrist when it comes to policies because I don't mind if gay people get married. I don't mind transsexuals doing what they want to do. I actually want to see international scientific efforts. I think everyone would actually benefit from that. Kind of a human experience going forward through technology. That'd be cool. But I also believe in the rights of my country and free speech. And I would like low taxes. So I'm a centrist. It's, but the fact that anything anti-government is now called right-wing, well, that's some BS. Because even right-wing anarchist libertarians have different reasons than left-wing anarchists.
No lives matter, everyone.
Well, that too. People complaining about the fucking, I saw some stupid video with John Kerry arguing with a House Republican on carbon emissions today. I was just like, y'all are fucking stupid. Everyone's gonna die. It's fine.
What do you think's gonna happen with Ilhan Omar within her
Now
own
you're
party?
a centrist with a lemon. Oh, thank you, Penial Graham Publishing, for the donation. Well, for the lemon.
That's very
Yeah,
nice.
donations are the one coin donations on D Live are lemons, and I love it.
That's awesome.
Where was I?
I don't know.
You were saying something. I cut
said
you
what
off. I
will happen to
apologize.
Ilhan Omar now?
I hope, and this is the nicest thing I can hope. I hope. Oh, thank you for the lemon too.
I've no
Thank
idea
you for
where I don't
lemons.
even know where it came from.
Oh, you get a free one for signing up.
Oh, that's okay then.
I love little avatar that you have. Do you see that thing?
Yeah, I couldn't change it to my channel.
Oh, that's great though. It's like you're a little like Magog Cthulhu.
I'll work on it.
Yeah. What's it called? The fucking. I hope she gets voted out is the nicest thing that I can hope for Ilhan Omar.
Based on
and
what
the
we
most
just learnt, though, it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Heavily Muslim district, they're probably going to rally behind a cause.
right. That's a fair point, but I would be curious to see if
Prosper's
what
on the
ends up
server now, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the server, Prospero. Send me that link. I could have just given you my fucking Discord, and you could have just messaged me. But no, I want her out of public office.
Yeah.
I don't think that she is fit to serve on a legislative body for the United States without being able to call 9/11 a tragic, moment. I honestly don't believe that a person can look me in the eye, say that they are a lawmaker, and can speak so casually about one of the worst days in modern history for this country. I'm sorry, there's just no way. Not even the most staunch progressives, not even Bernie Sanders. The actual I want to call him the OG campaigning socialist for the U.S. Not even he would dare say such a thing. And he's borderline communist. But you notice that progressives, this isn't the first time we've seen somebody, throw shade at 9/11. Do you remember, what was it? Oh God, it had to be 7 months ago or something like that. We watched the Proud Boys in Oregon this woman get harassed by thugs in the street, and the Proud Boys chased them down off the street because this guy was talking shit about some woman's husband who had died as a first responder.
Did Ilhan Omar marry her brother?
That is the accusation.
Aren't there rules against incest in this country? In your country?
Yeah, it is. My Twitter handle is _Trups.
I've already put it in the chat. It's fine.
Okay.
I should wants to hit you up with some of the politics stuff. That's good. Rath's cool. I like him.
Yes, I appreciate your beard, sir.
You really should change your thing to TrupsLP though, because at _Trups is really weird. It's not like
I know.
_Omegon.
Yeah, I'll see if I can, if that name is available.
I need to find who has mine.
But
we have one.
I found out that Trups is actually a fucking band.
Is it?
Apparently.
Huh. We have
weird.
one last story to talk about. Did you want to cover it tonight, or did you want to do it some other
Yes,
time?
I can do it. I can do it quickly.
Okay, I'll go to it now then. There we go.
Okay. So, as you guys know, the Mueller investigation has been winding down. Of course, the Mueller report is officially out to the AG, and William Barr, the Attorney General for the United States, was called into a Congress Senate Judiciary Committee, I believe. No, House Judiciary Committee. And they just grilled him on the Mueller report. And somebody asked him, do you believe that spying occurred on President Trump? And he said yes. He believes that spying did occur. Like government spying on Trump. And as of... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said that's not good. That's...
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And as of, what is this? 20 minutes ago, CNN reported that former Obama White House counsel Greg Craig indicted in charges connected to the Mueller probe.
Oh dear. I'm still waiting for that to be redacted so we get it.
He says that it should be out by either the end of this week or next week.
Because I do believe somebody said they would help me obtain a bottle of Crown Royal just for that stream?
Yes, I would. Yeah, I'll have to have that.
No, I mean someone
shipped
said they'd donate to me to get it
out.
as well, which could be very, very interesting.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I think they only have the Apple version at my shop though, which I'm not gonna knock it.
The apple one is good, but I don't like to sip on it as much as regular whiskey.
I think it's because it's a bit easier to drink.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's the interesting part. What the whole thing with the AG and why he was pulled before Congress was just because everyone is asking him, like, why haven't you released it to Congress yet? Because I have to do work on it still. Like, I have to go through the legal channels.
Yeah.
Somebody asked him, oh, well, is that precedented? Because that was William Barr's excuse the whole time. And he's like, well, mostly, yes. The only exception was a instance in the Watergate scandal, but in that instance, they had evidence, and that's the only difference. Weird how the presence of evidence can change an investigation.
Imagine my shock.
I know it is a shocking thing for several people to understand, but nonetheless, here we are.
Trups, Prospero stuck the link in general. Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Zacharias Wusa. Not trying that.
Oh, yep. No, I got nothing on that name. All right,
Yeah.
I will take a look at that, and
Okay.
I will get back to you on that.
Um.
But that's about all I've got.
Okay. Is there anything you want to shill before I end?
I'm gonna try and stream on DLive more. I don't have too many, folks following me at this point in time. So if you happen to make a DLive in the near future, you may be able to find me here while Omegon is playing his.
There's a political recap. He is currently streaming over there now on DLive. I'll even put the link back in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
So more people go over there, the better. Because I'm not going to stream there. Trups can, because I think that's fair. Does that make sense? In the sense that I've got YouTube, you've got this.
Right. So, if we do that, then all will be dope. Because then we can hit as many people as possible. Because they deserve to hear this conversation too. Not everybody does.
I know it was a little awkward today because me not being at my best and Trups being distracted by stuff.
Yes.
Thank you, Blade the Van, for the £5 donation. It's very kind of you. Okay, so I think I'm going to end the stream. Thank you all for joining us. Hopefully I won't be as congested or have a migraine like I did today. Yeah, I think that's it. Do you want to say goodnight, Trups?
Good night, Trups.
Good night, Trups.